How are you doing today, everybody? This is Alex with Donnie's Bonsai, and today we're going to be working on this little juniper. And I'm really not quite sure what I'm going to do with it yet. I'm going to just dive right into it, and we'll see what we come up with. It's just something I picked up while I was getting a hose at Home Depot. I just saw it sitting there. I thought I could turn it into something pretty cool. So let's dive right in, and we'll just see what we can come up with here. Alright, everybody, I don't know how well you can see that, but I've gotten in there, kind of can see all of the trunk line now. And now I just have to decide really where I want to go with this tree. So. Might actually be able to plant that. That was one of the branches, but it's got its own roots, so I'll probably go out and just stick that in a pot and maybe we'll get another juniper. Alright, everybody, I'm going to show you a little trick that I do. If you need to save the nursery pots, then I wouldn't recommend doing this, but I have so many now that I don't need them. But on these trees, I like to cut down just a little bit below the level of dirt in the pot, and then take that top plastic piece off, because it allows me to actually see what this will look like in a bonsai pot without this, 1.5 to 2 inches of pot in the way. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now, and you'll be able to see it's going to open this up a lot more, and that way I can make a better judgment on what I want to do with these lower branches before I just snip them off. So. Alright, as you can see, folks, now you can actually see, like the mound of dirt going up to the trunk. And that's really going to help me to judge what to do with these lower branches, because before they were sitting right on the pot, but now you can actually see, the space between the dirt and the branch, and that's really going to allow me to make sure I don't cut anything off that, I would have, just because it looked like it was so close to the ground when it's actually not. So now I can keep going, and I'll see what I come up with here, but it's definitely already looking a lot cooler than it was, before. So. Alright folks, I'm just kind of going around now and really refining it, just trying to separate these little pads I've created. So this is just kind of a last tedious little step. Again, I really like taking that section of the pot off because I probably would have cut this whole arm off, you know, just because of the way the pot basically was touching it. It made it look like it was touching the ground, but it's not. And you can actually see some of the nice root base right here. Now that I've taken that off, you know, this is where eventually, you know, I'll have the soil surface is right here, because you can already see some of the really nice roots right there. And it actually allows these upper roots to kind of die off because they're not under the dirt anymore. But all this stuff I would take off anyways if I was putting it in a bonsai pot, because we want to get down to these thicker roots so we actually have a really nice base to the tree. So this actually allows, you know, the water to naturally just wash this down off the edge of the pot, and eventually will expose more of the root base of the tree, you know, and you don't really have to do much of anything until you're ready to pot it. So I'm gonna keep going on. There's just some very fine refinements I'm gonna make just to kind of separate everything, clean up my cuts a little bit. But basically, I think we're pretty much there, so. buddy, so that's where I'm going to leave it. I think it looks really neat. I don't even think I need any wire on this tree. I'm just going to let it grow. And, you know, I think this is something I could just put right in a bonsai pot. You know, let it recover for a little bit, put it right in the pot. Pretty sure that's where I want the front. Like that. Somewhere in this area, you can actually, I'll zoom in, you might be able to see it. There's a really nice root here, and I can feel a few on the side here. So that would be a really kind of cool angle. You'd still get this really nice root for the base. I'm gonna zoom in, spin it around for you guys, and that's it. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. If you liked the video, please hit the like button and subscribe.